Welcome, dear learners. I am Ali, and I know this feeling. Your brain is full of English, but your mouth stays silent. You think too much, you wait too long, and the moment passes. Today, that changes. In this video, you will learn how to speak what your brain already knows, step by step, with confidence. Stay with me, because by the end, you will not be the same person. Chapter 1: The Silent Mind. You wake up, you start your day, and inside your mind, something interesting is happening. Your brain is not empty, it is full. Full of words, full of ideas, full of simple English sentences that you already understand. You know words like go eat, like want today, good and happy. You have seen them many times, you have heard them again and again, and yet when the moment comes to speak, something stops you. Your mouth stays quiet. Your voice does not come out. And in that moment, you start to believe something that is not true. You start to believe that you do not know English. But that is not the truth. The truth is, your mind is not silent. Your voice is. Think about this carefully. How many times have you understood English but did not speak it? You watch a video and you understand most of it. You read a simple sentence and it makes sense to you. You hear someone say, "How are you?" and you know exactly what it means. But when it is your turn to answer, your mind becomes heavy. You start searching for the perfect words. You start asking yourself, is this correct? Is my grammar right? What if I make a mistake? And in that small moment of thinking, your confidence begins to fall. Your brain is still working, but your voice is slowly disappearing. This is the silent mind. Not empty, but blocked. I want you to imagine a very simple situation. You are standing in front of a shop. You want to say one small sentence. Just one. I like this. That is all. 3 easy words. You know them. You have learned them before. But instead of speaking, you stop. You wait. You think. You try to make it better. Maybe you want to say something longer. Maybe you want to sound perfect. And while you are thinking, the moment is gone. The shopkeeper looks away. The chance disappears. And then you feel something inside your heart. A small regret. A quiet voice that says, I could have said it, but I didn't. That feeling is painful. Not because you don't know English, but because you didn't use it. This is where most learners get lost. They believe they need more words, more grammar, more practice before they can speak. But the real problem is not learning. The real problem is hesitation. You are waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect sentence, the perfect confidence. But that perfect moment never comes. And while you wait, your English stays inside your head, locked, silent, unused. This is why you feel stuck. Not because you are weak, but because you are holding yourself back. Let me tell you something very important, and I want you to feel this deeply. Your brain already knows enough English to start speaking today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. You do not need big words. You do not need perfect grammar. You only need one thing. You need to trust yourself. You need to allow your voice to come out, even if it is small, even if it is simple, even if it is not perfect. Because speaking is not about being perfect. Speaking is about being alive in the moment. Look at a child. A small child does not wait. A child does not think, is my sentence correct? A child speaks with broken words, simple sounds, and small sentences. But they speak, again and again. And because they speak, they improve. Because they use their voice, their brain becomes stronger. Their confidence grows. They do not stop themselves. They do not block their voice. And that is why they learn faster than you. Not because they are smarter, but because they are freer. Now I want you to think about your own life again. Every day, you have many chances to speak. When you wake up, you can say, I am awake. When you drink water, you can say, I drink water. When you look outside, you can say, it is a nice day. These are very small sentences, very easy, but they are powerful. Because when you speak them, something changes inside you. Your brain and your voice start to connect. Slowly, gently, naturally. At first it may feel strange. You may feel shy. You may feel uncomfortable. That is okay. That is part of the journey. Because you are breaking a habit. You are breaking the habit of silence. And every time you speak, even one small sentence, you are winning. You are moving forward. You are becoming someone new. Someone who does not stay quiet. Someone who uses their voice. So today, I want you to make a very small decision. Do not wait for the perfect sentence. Do not wait for confidence to come. Start with what you have. Speak one simple sentence right now. Maybe something like, I am here, or I am learning, or I feel good. Keep it small. Keep it real. But say it. Let your voice come out. Because the moment you speak even one sentence, your silent mind is no longer silent. It becomes active. It becomes alive. And this is where your journey begins. Not with more learning, but with your first real voice. Chapter 2: The Thinking Trap. You want to speak. You really want to speak. But just before the words come out, something strange happens inside your mind. Your brain becomes busy, not active in a good way, but heavy, slow, careful. You start checking everything. Is this correct? Is this the right word? What if I say it wrong? And in that moment, your simple thought becomes a problem. A small sentence becomes a big task. And slowly, without even noticing, you fall into a trap. The thinking trap. Let me show you how this trap works in your daily life. You have a very simple idea in your mind. Maybe you want to say, I am tired. That is all. 3 easy words. You know them, you understand them. But instead of speaking, your brain starts doing something extra. It tries to improve the sentence. It asks, should I say I feel tired or I am feeling tired? Then it checks grammar. Then it checks tense. Then it checks pronunciation. And while you are doing all this thinking, the moment to speak is slowly disappearing. Your sentence is still inside your head, but your voice is gone again. This is the biggest mistake most learners make. They believe that good speaking comes from perfect thinking. But the truth is the opposite. Too much thinking destroys speaking. It blocks your natural flow. It makes you slow. It creates fear. Because every time you think too much, you give your brain time to doubt. And doubt is the enemy of confidence. Think about how you speak in your own language. Do you stop and check grammar before every sentence? Do you build the perfect structure in your mind before you speak? No. You just speak. Your thoughts come and your words follow. Fast, natural, easy. There is no pressure, there is no fear. And that is why your speech flows. Because you trust your brain. You allow your voice to move without stopping it. But in English, you change everything. You stop trusting yourself. You slow everything down. You turn a natural process into a difficult task. And this is not because English is hard. It is because you are thinking too much before speaking. You are trying to be perfect instead of being real. I want you to imagine a different way. Imagine that you allow yourself to speak without checking everything. You have a thought and you say it immediately. It may not be perfect, it may be simple, but it is real, it is alive, and most importantly, it is spoken. When you do this again and again, something powerful starts to happen. Your brain becomes faster, your sentences become smoother, Your confidence starts to grow. Not because you learned more grammar, but because you removed the pressure of being perfect. Let me give you a simple rule that can change everything for you. Do not think in big sentences. Do not wait for perfect structure. Just follow your first thought. If your brain says, "I want water," then say it. If your brain says, "I feel happy," then say it. Do not stop. Do not fix. Do not delay. Let your voice follow your mind. This is how real speaking begins. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. Your mind will try to pull you back into the old habit. It will say, "Wait, check again, make it better." But you have to stay strong in this moment. You have to remind yourself that your goal is not perfection. Your goal is expression. You are not trying to impress anyone. You are trying to connect your brain and your voice. And here is something very important that you need to understand deeply. Mistakes are not your problem. Silence is your problem. When you make a mistake, you are still speaking. You are still learning. You are still moving forward. But when you stay silent, nothing changes. No progress. No growth. No confidence. Only the same feeling again and again. So the next time you feel that heavy thinking starting in your mind, stop it. Take a small breath and say your sentence quickly. Keep it simple. Keep it natural. Trust your first thought, because your first thought is usually the best one. It is honest. It is clear. It is enough. You do not need to build perfect English in your head. You need to release simple English from your mouth. That is the shift. That is the breakthrough. And when you understand this, you will start to feel something new. Freedom. Freedom from overthinking. Freedom from fear. Freedom to speak. And once you feel that freedom, even for a moment, you will never want to go back to silence again. Chapter 3. Small is power. You may think that to speak good English, you need long sentences, big words, and perfect grammar. You may believe that strong speakers always use complex ideas and advanced vocabulary. But let me show you something that can change everything for you. Real speaking does not start with big English. It starts with small English. Simple words, short sentences, clear thoughts. And this is where your true power is hiding. Think about the last time you tried to speak. What did you do? You probably tried to say too much at once. You wanted to sound smart. You wanted to say a full, perfect sentence. Maybe something like, "I am feeling a little tired today because I did not sleep well last night." This is a good sentence. But for your brain, especially when you are learning, this is heavy. Too many words. Too many decisions. And because of this, your speed becomes slow. Your confidence becomes weak. And your voice starts to shake or stop. Now let's change that. Let's break that big sentence into small pieces. I am tired. Pause. Today. Pause. I did not sleep well. Now feel the difference. These are small sentences. Easy to say. Easy to remember. Easy to speak. And most importantly, easy to use in real life. You are still expressing the same idea, but now your brain feels light, your voice feels free, and your speaking becomes natural. This is the secret that many learners do not understand. Speaking is not about showing how much you know. It is about using what you know quickly and clearly. And small sentences help you do that. They give you speed. They give you control. They give you confidence. When your sentences are small, your brain does not need to stop and think too much. It can move forward easily. One idea, one sentence, then another, and another. Look at how children speak. They do not use long, complex sentences. They say things like, I want this. I am happy. Let's go. I like it. These are very simple sentences. But children speak all the time. They do not wait. They do not feel pressure. They use small English. And because of that, they become strong speakers very fast. They build confidence first, and complexity comes later. Now I want you to think about your own journey. What if you stop trying to speak big English for now? What if you give yourself permission to stay small, to speak in short sentences, to use easy words, to express one idea at a time? At first, it may feel too simple. You may think, this is not enough. But trust me, this is more than enough. Because this is how fluency begins, not with difficulty, but with ease. Let me give you a powerful way to practice this. Start speaking in 3 to 5 word sentences. That is your target. Keep it short, keep it clear. Say things like, I feel good today. I need some water. I go outside now. This is very nice. Do not try to add more. Do not try to make it perfect. Just speak. Let the sentence come out quickly. Then move to the next one. Build a flow of small thoughts. As you continue this practice, something amazing will happen. Your brain will become faster. You will not feel stuck anymore. You will not search for words again and again. Because now your brain knows how to move. It knows how to express ideas in a simple way. And this speed will give you confidence. Real confidence. Not the kind that comes from knowing rules, but the kind that comes from using your voice. And slowly, without even trying too hard, your sentences will start to grow. Naturally. Not forced. You will connect small sentences together. You will add new words. You will expand your ideas. But this growth will feel easy, not heavy. Because your base is strong. Your base is small, simple, and powerful. So from today, I want you to change one thing. Stop chasing big English. Start using small English. Speak in short sentences. Trust simple words. Express your ideas one step at a time. Because small is not weak. Small is powerful. Small is fast. Small is real. And when you truly understand this, you will feel something new inside you. You will feel that speaking is not difficult anymore. It is not scary anymore. It is something you can do, right now, in this moment. Because big English may impress people, but small English will free you. Chapter 4. Speak First Habit. There is a moment that decides everything. A very small moment. It comes again and again in your day. You have a thought in your mind, and you have two choices. You can speak it, or you can stop it. Most of the time, you stop it. You wait. You think. You delay. And slowly, this becomes your habit. Not speaking becomes normal. Silence becomes safe. But today, we change this habit. Today you learn one powerful rule that can transform your English life. Speak first. I know this may feel uncomfortable at the beginning. Your mind will say, wait, think first. Your brain is trained to check, to correct, to control. It wants to protect you from mistakes. It wants you to sound perfect. But this protection is actually stopping you. Because while you are trying to be perfect, you are not speaking at all. And when you do not speak, you do not grow. This is the truth that many learners never accept. You do not become fluent by thinking better. You become fluent by speaking more. Let me show you something simple. Imagine your brain gives you a small thought. I am hungry. That is it. 3 words. Easy. Clear. But before you speak, your mind jumps in. It says, maybe I should say I feel hungry, or I am very hungry right now. And in that moment of trying to improve, you lose speed, you lose confidence, you lose the chance. But if you follow the new habit, you do something different. You speak immediately. I am hungry. No waiting, no checking, just speaking. And that small action changes everything. This is what I call the speak first habit. You do not wait for the perfect sentence. You do not wait for confidence. You do not wait for the right moment. You create the moment by speaking. Even if your sentence is simple, even if it is not perfect, you speak. And then, if needed, you can improve it later. But the first step is always action, always expression. At first, this will feel strange. You may feel like you are making too many mistakes. You may feel like your English is not good enough. But I want you to understand something very important. Mistakes are not your enemy. They are your training. Every time you speak, your brain learns. Every time you use your voice, your confidence grows. And every time you stop yourself, you lose that chance. So the real danger is not making mistakes. The real danger is staying silent. Think about how you learned to walk. You did not wait until you were perfect. You tried. You fell. You tried again. Step by step, you improved. Speaking English is the same. You must move first. You must try. You must allow yourself to be imperfect. Because that is how real progress happens. Not in your head, but in your actions. Now let's bring this into your daily life. From today, I want you to follow a simple rule. When a thought comes in English, speak it within 2 seconds. Do not wait longer than that. Do not give your brain time to overthink. Just speak. If you see something nice, say, "This is nice." If you feel tired, say, "I am tired." If you want something, say, "I want this." Keep it quick. Keep it real. Keep it moving. You can even practice this alone, in your room, in front of a mirror, or while walking. Talk to yourself. Say what you see. Say what you feel. Say what you do. Do not stop. Do not judge yourself. Just keep speaking. Because the more you speak, the more natural it becomes. And slowly, this new habit will replace the old one. Silence will no longer feel normal. Speaking will. And one day, something beautiful will happen. You will speak without thinking too much. Words will come easily. Your voice will feel strong. And you will realize that the fear you had before is no longer controlling you because you trained your mind to act, not to wait. So remember this one powerful truth. You do not need to be ready to speak. You become ready by speaking. This is your shift. This is your new path. Speak first. and grow every day. Chapter 5: Daily Life English. You have been looking for the perfect place to learn English. Maybe you thought you needed a classroom, a teacher, a special course, or a perfect environment where everything is controlled and clear. But what if I tell you that the best place to learn English is already around you? Not somewhere far, not something expensive. Your real life is your classroom. Your daily routine is your lesson, and your simple actions are your practice. From the moment you wake up, your day is full of opportunities. Small moments, simple actions, real situations. These are not boring things. These are powerful chances to build your English naturally. But most of the time, you ignore them. You live your day in silence. You think in your native language. You move through your routine without using English at all. And this is why your learning feels slow, because you are separating English from your life. Let's change that. Let's bring English into your day, into your real moments. When you wake up, say, "I am awake." When you get out of bed, say, "I stand up." When you go to the bathroom, say, "I wash my face." These are very simple sentences, but they are real. They are connected to your actions. And this connection is very important, because your brain remembers better when words are connected to real experiences. As you move through your day, keep talking, not loudly if you feel shy. Even a soft voice is enough. When you drink water, say, "I drink water." When you eat, say, "I eat food." When you go outside, say, "I go outside." You are not trying to impress anyone. You are training your brain. You are building a habit, a natural habit of thinking and speaking in English. At first, this may feel a little strange. You may feel like you are talking to yourself. And yes, you are. But this is not a bad thing. This is one of the most powerful ways to learn. Because you are always with yourself. You always have time. You always have your thoughts. So why not use them? Why not turn your inner voice into English? Now imagine what happens after a few days of this practice. Your brain starts to expect English. When you do something, a sentence comes automatically. You do not need to search for words. You do not need to force yourself. It becomes natural, like breathing, like walking. Your daily life becomes your English teacher. Let me show you something even more powerful. When you describe your life in real time, you stop translating. You do not think in one language and then change it into English. You think directly in English, because the action is happening now, and your words follow it immediately. This is how real fluency begins, not from books, but from living. You can also add feelings to your sentences, not just actions. If you feel happy, say, "I feel happy." If you feel tired, say, "I feel tired." If something is good, say, "This is good." Now your English is not just about things. It is about you, your emotions, your thoughts, your real self. And this makes your English stronger, deeper, and more natural. And here is something beautiful. You do not need extra time for this practice. You are not adding work to your day. You are simply changing how you live your day. You are turning normal moments into learning moments. You are using what you already do, but in a new way. This is smart learning, easy learning, real learning. There will be days when you forget, days when you feel lazy, days when you go back to silence. That is okay. Do not be hard on yourself. Just come back again. Start with one sentence, then another. Keep it simple. Keep it consistent. Because small daily actions create big results over time. And one day, you will notice something amazing. You are no longer trying to learn English. You are living it. It is part of your routine, part of your thinking, part of your voice. And when English becomes part of your life, fluency is no longer far away. It is already happening. So stop waiting for the perfect place to learn. You are already in it. Your life is your classroom. Your voice is your tool. And your daily actions are your path to fluency. Chapter 6. Fear Break Moment. There is one moment in every learner's journey that changes everything. It is not loud, it is not perfect, but it is powerful. It is the moment when you speak, even when you feel afraid. Not when you feel ready, not when you feel confident, but when your heart is a little fast, your mind is a little unsure, and still, you choose to speak. This is your fear break moment. Fear has been with you for a long time. It comes when you want to speak. It whispers, "What if you are wrong? What if people laugh? What if you sound bad?" And slowly, this fear becomes strong. It stops your voice. It makes silence feel safe. It makes you believe that not speaking is better than making a mistake. And without knowing it, you start living inside this fear. You understand English. You learn English, but you do not use it. Now I want you to see something clearly. Fear is not your enemy. It is just a feeling. It is your mind trying to protect you. But the problem is, it is protecting you from the wrong thing. It is protecting you from mistakes, but it is also stopping your growth. Because growth only happens when you step outside that fear. When you do something uncomfortable. When you try, even if you are not sure. Let me tell you a simple story that may feel very close to your life. You are in a situation where you can speak. Maybe you meet someone. Maybe you want to say something simple like, "Hello, how are you?" Your heart beats a little faster. Your mind becomes alert. You feel that fear. And in that moment, you have two choices. You can stay quiet, like always, or you can take a small step and speak. Most days, you choose silence, and nothing changes. But one day, something inside you shifts. You feel the same fear, but you do not run away. You take a breath, and you say it. "Hello, how are you?" Maybe your voice is not strong. Maybe your pronunciation is not perfect. But you said it. And in that moment, something breaks. Not your confidence, your fear. That is your fear break moment. It is not about speaking perfectly. It is about speaking despite the fear. Because when you do this once, your mind learns something new. It learns that speaking is not dangerous. It learns that nothing bad happens when you try. And slowly, that strong fear starts to become smaller. Not in one day, but step by step. Here is something very important that you must understand deeply. Confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes after speaking. Many learners wait to feel confident, and then they plan to speak. But that day never comes. Because confidence is not a starting point, it is a result of action, a result of trying again and again. So what should you do now? Start with small, brave actions. Do not try to be perfect. Do not try to impress anyone. Just try to express one simple idea. Speak one small sentence in a real moment. Maybe to a friend. Maybe to yourself. Maybe even in front of a mirror. The place does not matter. The action matters. And when fear comes again, do not fight it too much. Just notice it. Accept it. And then move anyway. Say your sentence. Let your voice come out, because every time you do this, you are training your mind. You are showing yourself that you are stronger than your fear. There will be moments when you feel uncomfortable, moments when you make mistakes, moments when your words are not clear. That is okay. That is part of the process. Do not stop because of that. Keep going, because every mistake you make is a step forward. Every time you speak, you are building something inside you. A new identity, a new belief. And slowly, something beautiful will happen. The fear that once controlled you will start to lose its power. It will still come, but it will not stop you anymore. You will speak anyway. You will try anyway. You will move forward anyway. And one day, you will look back and realize something very powerful. The thing that once scared you is now the thing you do every day. That is your transformation. That is your breakthrough. Not because fear disappeared, but because you became stronger than it. Chapter 7. Your new voice. Something has changed in you. Not suddenly, not loudly, but deeply. At the beginning, your mind was full, but your voice was silent. You were thinking, waiting, stopping yourself again and again. You wanted to speak, but something always held you back. But now, that version of you is starting to disappear, and a new version is slowly coming forward. A version that speaks. You may not feel perfect. You may still make mistakes. But something is different now. You do not stay silent anymore. When a thought comes, you allow it to move. You do not block it. You do not fight it. You let it become words. And this simple change is powerful. Because speaking is no longer something you wait for. It is something you do. Think about your journey for a moment. You started by understanding that your problem was not lack of knowledge, but hesitation. Then you saw how overthinking was trapping you. You learned to use small sentences. You built the habit to speak first. You brought English into your daily life. And you faced your fear, step by step. All of these small actions created something big inside you. A new system, a new mindset, a new identity. Now, when you wake up, your mind does not stay silent. It speaks. You look around, and your thoughts come in English. Simple, clear, natural. You do not try to translate everything. You do not stop every second to check yourself. You move forward, one sentence, then another. Your voice feels lighter. Your thinking feels faster. And for the first time, English feels like something you can use, not something you only study. This is your new voice. It is not about sounding like a native speaker. It is not about using difficult words. It is about expressing yourself freely, about saying what you feel, what you see, what you want, in your own way, in your own speed, with your own voice. And that is real fluency, not perfection, but freedom. There will still be moments when you feel unsure. That is normal. But now you know what to do. You do not go back to silence. You do not hide behind thinking. You speak, even if it is small, even if it is not perfect, because now you understand something very important. Speaking is not a test. It is a habit, and habits grow stronger with use. And here is the truth that you must hold close to your heart. The only difference between you and a fluent speaker is that they started. They did not wait for the perfect time. They did not wait for perfect English. They started with small sentences. They made mistakes. They kept going. And over time, their voice became strong. And now, you have started too. This is not the end of your journey. This is the beginning of a new life with English. A life where you do not stay quiet. A life where you use your voice every day. A life where you grow, slowly but surely, with every sentence you speak. So from today, keep going. Keep speaking. Keep trusting yourself. Because your voice is no longer hidden. It is alive. It is growing. It is becoming stronger with every word. This is your new voice, and it is only the beginning.